hope that you and yours are safe and well. Today is broadcast 1110. It is day 306 since October 7th. It is the 10th month since October 7th, as it is today, August 7th. We're carrying a lot. We are carrying a lot. And we will be carrying a lot because that's what it is to be part of an eternal people. We are in the middle of a period of the Jewish calendar called the 9 days. From the beginning of the Hebrew month of Av, that began just on Monday, until Tisha B'Av, the ninth day of Av, which is a very sad day on the Jewish calendar, tradition has us intensify ways of marking this sadness, the mourning, not just for the first and second Beit HaMikdash, the Jerusalem temples, but throughout history, we have also placed other tragedies on this date. We mark the expulsion from Spain on this date, even if it didn't quite happen that way. We mark the fall of Beitar, the end of the Second Jewish Commonwealth, on this day. And so we have all of these things that we have placed on the ninth day of the month of Av that we begin building up toward. Some people during these 9 days won't wear clean clothing. So that means that they will go through their wardrobe. Please God, we have clothing. And they will wear their clothing just for a moment leading up to the 9 days of Av. And then they will wear clothing they have worn before. Just one more nuanced way of indicating that this is a heavier moment in history. But you and I, in this current day, do not need a reminder of the harshness of history. Gone are the complexities of the judicial overhaul protest movement, because for the last 10 months to the day, we have been focused not on the imperfections of our internal reality as a Jewish society, but actually we have been focused on the recognition. We have been told by the world, certainly by some, that the world sees us as a unified target. Now, that's not the way the entire world sees the Jewish people, but it is important for us to understand that any of the differences that we feel within us as a people are not evident to the outside world. The outside world says Jew and points to us. So, my friends, this is one of my responses today. I hear the word Jew said at me and I say, Jew. I'm proud. Am Yisrael Chai. We heard just yesterday the governor of Pennsylvania, Josh Shapiro, end a very important speech in his own political life with, I am proud of my faith. Let that be a model to us all. We are called to be very public in our pride. The word Jew is a symbol of pride. Now, I want to focus on one specific voice today. I'm not going to look at the Torah portion Dvarim. I'm going to focus within these 9 days. And to look for models of heroism and resistance. We are blessed to have voices today that we can amplify and we can let in, and they speak with biblical resonance. So this is a piece, a blog that was just written by someone I admire very greatly. Her name is Rachel Sharansky Danziger. Her voice is very important. I've been blessed to publish some of her writings in the past, and I am always grateful to read her words these days. This is a blog post she wrote on the Times of Israel, and it's the first time in 1,110 broadcasts that I'll recite an entire blog that someone else wrote. It's not very long, and you'll be glad that you heard it, trust me. You can find it on the Times of Israel, where I recommend all of you, pay attention. If you haven't yet been subscribing both to the podcast, the written word, and the blogs, and the news, the true and authentic journalism, so rare in this world, that you'll find there, please find your way to the Times of Israel. You'll be, if not always happy, you'll be always grateful for the care with which this information is communicated. This is an opinion piece by Rachel Sharansky Danziger called, As Dangers Loom, Our Ancestors Give Me Strength. She writes, on the 1st of Av, 586 BCE, when the first temple was destroyed, Some Jewish mother inside Jerusalem must have breastfed her baby, even as Babylonian soldiers were fighting against the last Judean defenders 3 streets, 2 streets, 1 street away. A different Jewish mom was changing diapers, or their ancient equivalent, as the Romans stormed through Jerusalem centuries later. And yet a different Jewish mom sang her kids to sleep in the ghetto. Someone might look at this truth and deem it tragic. How fragile life is, this theoretical someone might exclaim. How sad that so many little acts of love were doomed to be swept aside and into death by the catastrophes that loomed above them. I choose to look at this same truth and marvel at the tenacity of our ancestors, at their courage. And on this 1st of 2024 CE, as I pack my son's lunch for camp, I feel that ancient courage flowing through my veins. I am not afraid today, nor shall I allow the possible future to stop me from living, loving now. And what's more, I can't help but feel that my great-great-grandmothers, all those brave women who went on living, are looking at me, at us, with awe and pride and satisfaction, because we continue their legacy of living on, even in the shade of possible catastrophe. But we have so much more power than they did to shape our national reality. We go on raising children as they did, but we also have a state, an army, even an Olympic team. I think of the ancient Jewish women who saw the Roman coin that depicted Judea Capta, captured Judea, in the shape of a captive woman. I think of how she saw her own fate imprinted in that coin, in the product of her captors. I think of the courage she embraced when she chose to keep on living, even thus. Her courage, and the courage of countless Jewish women and men like her in the millennia behind us, brought us to this day, a day when our enemies no longer have the power to coin our future for us, a day in which we will go on purchasing the future we want, to give our children with our daily little choices to keep on going, keep on living, but also with the states, with our states' strength. Friends, if you are looking for a championing of what Zionism needs today, and what it means, I want you to think about Rachel Sharansky Danziger making lunch for her child. I want you to think about that. I want you to hold on to the power of what it is to make lunch for your child and to fight for that child's future. That is what we are called to do. During these 9 days of mourning, which are very complicated given the reborn dignity of Jewish statehood, I want to make sure that I say this as many times as I can. Please, friends, I want to say this, and I want you to hear it, and I want you to share it. I'm feeling so forceful about this definition of Zionism as a statement of Jewish dignity. Zionism is the belief that Jews have a place on earth. That's it. In order to achieve that, we need to absolutely assert it. We need to defend it. We need to champion it. But when it comes down to it, what is the point of the whole thing? So that Rachel Sharansky Danziger can make her child lunch so that they can go to camp and have a sweet life. And I want to make sure that you remember the name. Not only is Rachel Sharansky Danziger a spectacular leader of our people, an eloquent writer, clearly a loving mother. Her father is Natan Sharansky, who showed her and us all what it was to fight for Jewish dignity. Natan Sharansky was also known as Anatoly Sharansky, a refusenik who had to fight for decades in a prison in the Soviet Union for the right to be a Jew. I remember marching with my parents and my family on marches that UJA helped organize throughout New York, and people all over the world did too, calling out for Natan Sharansky to be free. Again, free as a Jew. And if only he would have been allowed during those early years to make his child lunch so that she could go to camp, you know that's what he would be doing. And when he eventually did emigrate to Eretz Yisrael, to Medinat Yisrael, he then continued his life as an Abba, as a teacher, as a leader, and as a member of Knesset, fighting for the right of the Jewish people to have a safe, free, and worthy homeland. What a gift it is, friends, to read the words of his daughter, herself a champion of our people, and to say that is what we are called to be. Not just during 9 days, but especially during these 9 days. We are called. We are called. Hear the words with which she closed. Her courage, and she's talking about all of these heroines from Jewish history. Her courage and the courage of countless Jewish women and men like her in the millennia behind us brought us to this day. A day when our enemies no longer have the power to coin our future for us. A day in which we will go on purchasing the future we want to give our children with our daily little choices to keep on going, keep on living, but also with our state's strength. It's not as much a political statement as some people think. It is a statement of here we are, Hinenu. We belong on this earth. We are not going anywhere, and we will fight so that our children one day write with passion about their children and what they deserve, because we did all that we could now. So friends, let's stand united. Let's stand strong. Let's listen to prophets like Rachel. And let's make sure that we do our own writing, our own championing, our own shouting out, Hinenu, we are here. What a moment of great pride. Let's take a deep breath. Send our hearts to the east over and over again on this 306th day since October 7th, 10 months since that horrible day. It is also a day of building up Jewish pride and strength. Hinenu, we are here. Sing with me, friends. Kolon balevav penima nefesh Yehudi homia ulefatei mizrach kadima ayin letzion tzofia Od lo avda tikvateinu, hatikva bat shnot alpayim, liot am chofshi be'artzeinu, Eretz Zion v'Yerushalayim. Liot am chofshi be'artzeinu, Eretz Zion v'Yerushalayim. Bring them home now. Am Yisrael Chai. See you tomorrow, friends. Take care.